I smell your breath, not listening, but I still hear you screaming. Going under. One step away till you hear what I'm saying. Sounds like thunder. And the clouds are closing in. You see, I know this, but the last days in real life I've noticed. Losing focus, breaking up from our life as we know it. If someone had told me that I will take off and find something greener than gold.
Yes guys, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Conan and today I'm going to share with you guys how I went from this to this. So let's get into it. Ooh, it is quite cold outside. Before we do get into it though, keep in mind that this transformation isn't the most impressive you've seen on the internet. It's probably far from it. But however, I have learned a few things from going from this to this that I would like to share with you guys in today's video. So if you're a beginner or an intermediate or just simply want to know my tips and tricks to building muscle, stick around and make sure to watch the entire video because it is split up into 5 components. So section number 1 is going to be all about your diet. Section number 2 is going to be about training. Section number 3 is going to be about sleep. 4, supplements, and then 5th, lifestyle. So if you're excited for today's video, please be sure to go give this video a thumbs up. Also, while you're at it, might as well absolutely destroy that subscribe button as well. I'll just wait a couple seconds for you guys to do that. Done. Alright, awesome. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, diet. But before I get into the diet, what do you guys think of my new haircut? I think they cut it way too short in my opinion, but as you guys know, my hair goes back very quickly, so yeah, not too worried about that. But yeah, I do feel a lot colder now on the top of my head because obviously now it's winter, and whenever I step outside, I just get really cold, especially like on the top of my head, because there's like no protection anymore, which kind of sucks. But anyway, what should you do with your diet when your goal is to build muscle? So first things first, and this is pretty self-explanatory, but you simply gotta eat more food than you burn every single day. The extra calories are basically going to help you put on more muscle mass. So I mean, obviously when you're a beginner or you're detrained or you're on anabolics, you can definitely get away with eating in like a caloric deficit or even at maintenance. However, once you get a bit more advanced, the chances of you building new lean muscle tissue are very unlikely unless you're in a caloric surplus. So to maximize your potential of actually building muscle, I highly recommend being in a caloric surplus. Now, I'm not saying being in a huge caloric surplus, eating like 1,000 calories over your maintenance calories. No, I'm not saying that. Eat in a slight caloric surplus. So anywhere from about 200 to 300 calories above your maintenance should be good for most people. So your goal should be to gain anywhere from about 1 to 4 pounds per month. Now, obviously that can depend on your experience level. So if you're a bit more advanced, I'd probably stick to the lower end of the scale. So probably 1 pound per month. However, if you're brand new to this or you're a beginner, I would probably say you can get away with like 2 to 4 pounds per month. All right, now that we've set up your calories, let's talk about the macros. So when it comes to your macronutrients, protein is pretty much going to be the most important macronutrient for you to build muscle. So I would recommend eating at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, eat at least 150 grams of protein. Now, if you guys have been following my full days of eating lately, you guys know that I like to eat slightly more than 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. And it's simply just because protein is a very satiating macronutrient, and it takes a bit longer for your body to like break down and digest. So because I'm a pretty big eater, I like to increase my protein a bit more. But for most people, I would recommend just sticking to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And now with the rest of your calories, just fill them in with your carbs and fats. Your carb and fat ratio doesn't really matter too much. As long as you eat a good amount of healthy fats within your diet, you should be good to go. Now, I like to split my calories and macros between 3 to 6 meals every single day. So obviously, don't eat like one massive meal every single day because that's not going to maximize muscle protein synthesis. But at the same time, eating 7 or 8 meals a day is probably going to be like a bit too much because you'll probably be eating pretty much every single day. So I recommend eating anywhere from about 3 to 6 meals every single day to maximize muscle protein synthesis throughout the day. And a couple more things, try to eat some fruit and veg in every single one of your meals as well, just for health reasons, and also try to drink lots of water throughout the day as well. I don't know about you guys, but I've been on this really weird vegan protein powder kick lately. I don't know if you guys saw this, but whenever I turn my vegan protein powder into sludge, the consistency turns out super thick and it's just really amazing. And not only that, the flavor of this is so good. This is the banana bread flavor, and yeah, oh, as you guys can see, like the consistency is really thick, and what's even better is that this tastes identical to banana bread. So this is pretty much just a banana bread cream of wheat recipe. So here we go. Wow, phenomenal. Alright guys, so we just had some breakfast and we just talked about the diet component of today's workouts. Now we're off to the gym and let's talk about the training component of today's video. Oh, and in case you guys care, I'm currently sipping on some non-stim pre-workout because as you guys know, I've been off caffeine for pretty much almost a month now. And yeah, I haven't been back on since. And yeah, I just feel a lot better throughout the day. I know I talked about this in the past before, but my energy levels throughout the day are just a lot more consistent now. So yeah, non-stim pre-workout right here. And I'll talk about my supplementation later on in today's video. So definitely be sure to stick around for that. Anyway, let's go train. Okay, with the diet out of the way, let's get into the training because obviously with no training stimulus, your muscles simply have no reason to grow. So, I mean, you can have the perfect diet in the world. You can hit your calories, your macros every single day. But however, if you're not actually training, you won't be gaining any muscle really. So yeah, training is also a very crucial ingredient to building muscle. So what I would recommend most people to do is hit each muscle group at least 2 times per week because that basically allows your body to have more opportunities to grow. Because simply thinking about it, if you only train once a week, your muscle only has 52 times per year to grow. Whereas if you train them 2 times per week, your body has 104 times to grow per year. So yeah, definitely recommend most people, even beginners, to train at least 2 times per week. If you're a beginner, you can probably get away with once a week, but once you get to a more intermediate to advanced stage, definitely start training your body 2 to 3 times per week. Now the way you split up your workouts doesn't really matter. So there's so many training splits out there. You could follow a legs push pull split, an upper lower split, a full body split, Arnold split. There's so many splits out there. As long as you hit each muscle group 2 times per week, you should be good to go. Once you've nailed down your training split, it is absolutely crucial to implement progressive overload to your training. Now basically, in short, what that means is that whatever you did last week or whatever you did previously, you got to make sure to make it harder the next week. So again, there's so many ways to do this. You can either increase your reps, increase your sets, decrease your rest time, add more load to the bar, etc, etc. So for example, let's say you squatted 225 pounds for 4 sets of 6 reps last week. This week you can try to do 225 for 4 sets of 7 reps so you can increase the reps, or you can do 5 sets of 6 reps so you can increase the sets. Or instead of resting 3 minutes in between sets, you can rest 2 minutes in between sets. So decrease your rest time. So again, there are so many different ways you can progressively overload. So each and every week, try to train harder than last time. Sleep. I feel like so many people don't talk about this or simply neglect this, even though it is one of the easiest things you can do, and it's also one of the most beneficial things you could do when it comes to building muscle. Aim to get anywhere from about 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night because basically when you're sleeping, your muscles are recovering and repairing and they're pretty much growing while you sleep. So definitely do not neglect your sleep. I'll definitely make a future video dedicated towards simply just sleeping because I feel like, again, it doesn't really get talked about that much, especially in the fitness industry, when it's pretty much one of the most important things you can do and also one of the easiest things you can do because it pretty much requires no effort. It doesn't require any hard work. All you gotta do is just pretty much lay down and close your eyes. I mean, couldn't be easier than that. So yeah, definitely each and every night, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Now these last 2 points aren't that important as long as you nail down the 3 things I talked about earlier. So again, your diet, your training, and sleep. If you nail those 3 things down, I mean, you'll be absolutely golden. These next 2 things are pretty much just gonna be like a cherry on top, but they're definitely not necessary in order to build muscle. So 4th thing is supplements. What supplements should you take when you're building muscle? Obviously, I am sponsored by a supplement company. However, I'll be the first to admit that you do not need supplements. I mean, supplements are simply called supplements because they're there to supplement your diet. If you're deficient in something, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a good idea to supplement in it if you can't do it through whole natural foods. So obviously, like I said, diet is number 1. Try to get most of your requirements from your diet and from whole natural foods. So again, try to get most of your protein from whole natural foods. Try to get most of your vitamins and minerals from whole natural foods and stuff like that. If however you don't have access to certain things or it's simply just too expensive, that's when supplements can definitely come into play. So here are a few supplements that I like to take. Number 1 is protein powder. Do you need protein powder? Absolutely not. It is just not needed whatsoever. It is, however, pretty affordable for most people, especially per serving compared to normal protein sources like chicken breast or fish or beef. And secondly, it tastes amazing in my opinion. And I like to be a bit creative in the kitchen and kind of use my protein powders for different recipes, as you guys will know if you watch my full days of eating videos. But definitely I like using protein powder within my diet. Now the second supplement I take is creatine monohydrate. Now basically, in short, your body uses ATP to produce energy. So whether it be weightlifting or sprinting or short bursts of energy, your body uses ATP ATP, and basically all creatine does, it increases your ATP. So once you do supplement with this, you'll definitely notice a strength in power and strength. And not only that, it is a super affordable supplement as well. So definitely if you're short on money, this is probably the one and only supplement you'll ever need. And it's a very safe supplement as well. I know a lot of people are scared of it because they think there's so many side effects to it. It is one of the most researched supplements out there. Super safe, super effective, and super affordable as well. So definitely recommend it. Supplement number 3, and again, these are in no particular order, but the third supplement I take is pre-workout. And now there's nothing magical about pre-workout. The main ingredient in most pre-workouts, it's pretty much just the caffeine content. So if you need some energy, definitely pre-workout helps, but again, you can also just drink a coffee instead. So a couple other supplements I take is a multivitamin and some fish oil. And now basically I take the multivitamin simply just as a safety net, because even though I try to eat most of my fruits and vegetables from fruits and vegetables, if I do tend to like lack something, or when I do tend to like not have access to certain fruits and vegetables, or simply just did not eat enough fruit and vegetables in my diet in a day, this is pretty much just like a safety net to ensure that I get most of my vitamins and minerals in a day. And now I take fish oil because I simply don't eat enough fatty fish within my diet. Fish is pretty expensive, and because I'm on a tight budget, I can't really afford to eat fish every single day, especially like salmon or something. So definitely supplementing in a fish oil can definitely help. Now lastly is going to be your lifestyle. Now I'll try to make this short and sweet, but basically if you're partying all night, if you're drinking alcohol, if you're smoking, if you're living a sedentary lifestyle, those type of things are going to be pretty catabolic, and they're definitely not going to help you build muscle. I like to follow the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time, try to live a pretty optimal lifestyle. Try to like reduce your stress, try to get your sleep in, try to like not party and drink every single night, but then the other 20% you can probably get away with a couple things like that. But for the most part, definitely I don't recommend doing any of those types of things, because the more you do those types of activities, the more detrimental it'll be to your progress. So definitely try not to do it. So that's basically going to conclude today's video. So if you nailed down these 5 things I just talked about, so again, your diet, your training, your sleep, your supplements, and your lifestyle, I can guarantee you that you'll see some pretty killer results. So with that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to go give this video a thumbs up. I would highly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.